Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tony. So I'm back, and today I'm going to be doing a May wrap-up video. So I'll be telling you the books that I've read last month. So if you want to know what books are those, let's hop into the video. So last month I've read 7 books. Not that much, not like my April wrap-up video, which is I've read 15 books. Well, ngayon is 7 books lang kasi, well, I've been busy because of school. That's the month that finals are coming up, and then graduation, blah blah blah. But I'll be graduating in July 4! Yay! And then sunod na ay work. Anyway, enough with me rambling about other things. So the first book that I read last May is Love Scene Take 2 by Alex Evansley. I was surprised when I saw this at Trinoma in Manila because I've read this in Wattpad back in high school. And from what I remembered, I liked the story. So now I reread it and I still liked it. I rated it 3.9. It was a fun read because the main character here, which is Bennett and Teddy, Bennett has a book that will be turned into a movie. And then Teddy is someone who is auditioning for Bennett's movie, Bennett's book that will be turned to a movie. So you see, there's an author and then there's an actor and they will be friends, and then I'm going to read you the synopsis. Teddy Sharp is kind of famous. He might actually be on his way to being really famous, especially if he'd nailed an audition for the lead role in the movie adaptation of the newest best-selling young adult book series. There's just one problem. He totally blew the audition, and he's stuck in a tiny North Carolina, is it Carolina or Carolina, airport, and his maybe ex-girlfriend kind of just broke up with him. The weekend isn't exactly looking good until Bennett Caldwell, author of the very book series adaptation he just auditioned for, takes pity on him and invites him to her family's lake house. Away from the glitz and glam of Hollywood for a few days, Teddy starts to relax. And somehow he and Bennett just click. But dating is hard enough when you are the subject of several dozen fun blogs, and the internet is full of juicy gossip about Teddy and Bennett. Gossip that Bennett might not be prepared to handle. So that is the synopsis. Do try to read the book because I've enjoyed it, though some parts are kind of cliche, but for me, I still enjoyed it. So yeah, that's the first book that I've read. Next is what? It Only Happens in Movies by Holly Bourne. I was surprised that I liked this book because I gave up in trying to read Holly Bourne's book, because I've read one of Holly Bourne's book before back in high school. I can't remember what book is it, but I wasn't into her book that time, so I was kind of like, I'm not going to buy her books because I didn't like the first book. Judgmental me. But anyway, since there was a sale, a lot of sales this year, and some of her books are like 80 pesos only, and then some are like 100 pesos only. So I was thinking, why not give her book another try and read it, and yeah, I did liked it. It Only Happens in the Movies, so some parts are, it's inevitable to have a book that have cliche moments, and yeah, that's fine with me as long as the book's not all cliche. But anyway, I liked it. I think I rated this 4. Yeah, but I'm going to read you the synopsis. Bad boys turn good. Oh, I do have a review of this book, so if you haven't watched it, kindly check it out. It's a sort of review from me. Anyway, it's bad boys turn good, kisses in the rain, climbing through bedroom windows. It only happens in the movies. When Audrey meets Harry, it's the start of a truly cinematic romance. Or is it? Audrey knows that Harry is every movie cliche rolled into one, but she still chooses to let him into her heart. So that is It Only Happens in Movies by Holly Bourne. Next up is the next 3 books that I'm going to tell you is somebody borrowed the book so I can show it to you like the physical book. But those 3 books are all from Sarah Dessen, and I gotta tell you that no matter how some of her books are cliche, there's just something about Sarah Dessen's book that makes you love it. Just like how I love Jennifer E. Smith's books, although there are cliche moments, but Sarah Dessen is like, you really get into the book and there's, you know, it's a simple story but a lot of meaning to it. So the books that I've read by Sarah Dessen is, first is This Lullaby, and I was actually surprised because the order that I've read these books, they're like cameos from the previous books that I've read. So they're not related, but there are cameos of some of the characters from this book to this book. Something like that. So first is This Lullaby, I've read it. And then Just Listen and Lock and Key. I have a cheat sheet here. So I could tell you the books in order that I've read it. So yeah, This Lullaby, Just Listen, and Lock and Key. I actually love all those books, and I rated it mostly 4. 4.1, 4, and then 4.2, something like that. And just since it's a little over a month, so I can't remember which is my favorite from these 3, because I actually like all. But anyway, next that I read, so that's like I've loved Scene Take 2, It Only Happens in Movies, This Lullaby, Just Listen, and then Lock and Key. So the 6th book that I've read is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I read this while waiting for Helen Hoang's book, the newest and the latest one, The Bride Test. So I enjoyed this book too. This is, I rated it, I guess, 4. And then from the title itself, The Hating Game, so the 2 lead characters have this love and hate relationship between them. Mostly hate, but you know, there's a thin line between love and hate. So anyway, I'm going to read you the synopsis again. Oh, if you have any questions about what story is the 3 other books that I've read, which is from Sarah Dessen, you can just comment it down below and I'll answer you. So anyway, Lucy Hutton and Joshua Templeman hate each other. Not dislike, not begrudgingly tolerate, hate, and they have no problems displaying their feelings through a series of ritualistic passive-aggressive maneuvers. As they, is that how you pronounce it? As they sit across from each other, executive assistants to co-CEOs of a publishing company, Lucy can't understand Joshua's joyless, uptight, meticulous approach to his job. Joshua is clearly baffled by Lucy's overly bright clothes, quirkiness, and Pollyanna attitude. Is that how you pronounce it again? Now that they're up for the same promotion, their battle of wills has come to a head and Lucy refuses to back down when their latest game could cost her her dream job. But the tension between Lucy and Joshua has also reached its boiling point, and Lucy is discovering that maybe she doesn't hate Joshua. And maybe he doesn't hate her either. Or maybe this is just another game. So, The Hating Game, everyone, by Sally Thorne. And last but not the least is The Bride Test by Helen Hoang. I love this story. I am yearning for more stories from Helen Hoang. I love her other book, The Kiss Quotient, and now I also love The Bride Test, and now I can't wait for her to release her third book. So I rated this 4.5. I totally loved it and I would recommend it to you guys. Again, a reminder, just because I enjoyed or recommended a book doesn't mean that you're going to enjoy it too. So yeah, we have different preferences when it comes to books. So I don't know if you like it or not, the books that I'm reading. But yeah, I loved The Bride Test by Helen Hoang. I'm actually planning to read it. That's how I love it. It's just, I also love how her books tells about the case of someone who is autistic, who has autism. It opens you to some cases or the emotions of a person with autism, and it makes you understand how they feel. It's about a person who has autism, so you can, it's like you're in the mind of someone with autism. You can understand them more, why they act like this, why they think like this, why they're like that, their attitude. So yeah, that's what I love about this, or the books of Helen Hoang. So anyway, I'm going to read you the synopsis again. Kai Diep. I don't know how to pronounce their names, so forgive me. I don't know. Kai Diep, what? Has no feelings. Well, he feels irritation when people move his things or contentment when ledgers balance down to the penny. But he doesn't experience big, important emotions like love and grief. Rather than believing he processes emotions differently due to being autistic, he concludes that he's defective and decides to avoid romantic relationships. So his mother, driven to desperation, takes matters into her own hands and returns to Vietnam to find him the perfect mail order bride. As a mixed-race girl living in the slums of Ho Chi Minh City, sorry again for the pronunciation if it's wrong, Esme Tran has always felt out of place. When the opportunity to marry an American arises, she leaps at it, thinking that it could be the break her family needs. Seducing Kai, however, doesn't go as planned. Esme's lessons in love seem to be working, but only on herself. She's hopelessly smitten with a man who believes he can never return her affection. Esme must convince Kai that there is more than one way to love, and Kai must figure out the inner workings of his heart before Esme goes home and is an ocean away. The Bride Test, everyone. So that's the books that I've read last month, and I hope you try to read the books that I've read too. And if you've read those books that I've read last month, do comment down below and tell me your thoughts regarding these books that I've read. And by the way, I do have an ongoing giveaway exclusively for Filipino residents, or for the people here in the Philippines. So it's a Mermaid Crate subscription box. I'll be giving away a Mermaid Crate subscription box and you can check out my video in my YouTube channel to know how to enter. Anyway guys, thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video. Keep smiling, stay positive. Bye!